Welcome to the verdict zone. If you're here for a simple rant about dating mishaps, you're in the wrong place. But if you're here for the facts about a woman who walked out on a date because her partner repeatedly reduced her to a racial category, then keep watching. This isn't about being overly politically correct. It's about the basic respect of being called by your name, and whether enduring patronizing language is the price you have to pay to be considered open-minded. The facts of this case test a simple principle. Do you call your date something they explicitly asked you not to? Let's get into the story. A woman, freshly single, decides to get back on the dating apps. She matches with a man and they seem to hit it off. They agree to meet for coffee. The date starts, and right away, there's a red flag. His opening line is, "Sorry, I didn't recognize you from all the other white women." It's a weird othering comment, but she decides to brush it off, giving him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it was a clumsy attempt at a joke. As the conversation continues, things get even more uncomfortable. Midway through their coffee, he confesses that she is his first white woman and that he wants to see what we really like. Suddenly, she feels less like a person on a date and more like a specimen under a microscope. Still, she stays. She's unsure of the social norms here, and she doesn't want to seem closed-minded. After coffee, they decide to take a walk on the beach. At one point, he walks ahead, and she loses sight of him for a moment. He turns around and yells, "Over here, white girl." This is the breaking point for her. She calmly but firmly sets a boundary. She tells him, "Don't call me that." He seems to understand, but just moments later, as they're looking at some seagulls, he does it again. "Look at the birds, white girl." The romantic beach walk no longer smelled of salt air. It smelled of his stale desperation to sound edgy, and her dignity evaporating with every word. That was it. She exploded. She told him exactly how disrespectful he was being, and left him standing there on the beach. When she told her friends what happened, their reaction was surprising. Most of them accused her of overreacting, or even suggested she was being slightly racist for being offended. Her brother, however, supported her completely. Her stance was clear. It doesn't matter if he thought the term was harmless. It made her feel disrespected and patronized, and that's all that matters. Now, let's unpack this situation. First, let's talk about the white girl label itself. Can a term like this be dehumanizing, even when it's used by someone from a historically marginalized group toward someone from a dominant one? The power dynamics are complex, but being reduced to a stereotype is uncomfortable regardless of who's saying it. The real issue here is boundary testing. When you set a clear, direct boundary like, "Don't call me that," and someone immediately violates it, what does that really say about their respect for you as a person? It suggests they either weren't listening or simply don't care about your feelings. Then there's what we can call the specimen complex. When someone confesses they're first of a certain race and they want to see what you really like, has their curiosity crossed the line into fetishization? It shifts the focus from getting to know you as an individual to treating you as a representative of an entire group. It's objectifying. And what about the friends' reactions? Why do people so often side with the person making the joke and accuse the offended party of lacking a sense of humor? Sometimes, it's easier to dismiss someone's feelings than to confront uncomfortable social dynamics. So, what's the verdict? Our verdict is, not the a-hole. She gave him multiple passes for his strange comments. She then gave him one clear, direct warning. His repeated use of white girl after she explicitly asked him to stop was unto joke. It was a power play. It was a clear sign of profound disrespect. Walking out wasn't an overreaction. It was the only logical response to someone who refused to see her as an individual. Her friends are wrong. Her brother gets it. Here's the moral of the story. On a date, you are a person, not a demographic. Anyone who can't grasp that simple difference isn't worth your time, no matter who they are. Now we want to hear from you. Was this fetishization, or just extreme social clumsiness? Could this date have been salvaged? What would you have done in her shoes? Let us know in the comments. Subscribe for more verdicts on modern dating, boundaries, and all the social friction that comes with it. Know your worth.